Last lesson, we have learned that an algebraic expression consists of algebraic terms. When presented in a question, it does not have an equal sign. All these here are algebraic expression. Even if there's an equal sign in the question, it's always at the end of the expression. However, an algebraic equation is an algebraic expression which is equivalent to another algebraic expression or a constant. For example, this algebraic expression here is equals to another algebraic expression. This algebraic expression here is equals to a constant. 0 is a constant. So all these are algebraic equation. And for algebraic equation, your objective is to solve or to find x. Okay, so they always ask you to solve or find. For algebraic expression, the question comes in a form of expand, simplify, or factorize. Last lesson, you have learned to solve algebraic equation of the form of x plus 7 equals to 12. So in order to solve this kind of algebraic equation, need to subtract on both sides so that you can form a zero pair here. So your x will be equals to 12 minus 7 is 5. Or it can also be of the form of x minus 7 equals to 12. So in order to solve this, I need to form my zero pair. I need to plus 7 on both sides so that this one will be 0 plus 7. So my x will be 12 plus 7 is 19. Today you're going to learn how to solve algebraic equations of the form of ax equals to b. Let's head over to Ace Learning to learn more. So how do you solve 7x equals to 77? Notice, okay, if I have 7 apples and they cost $77, how do I find the cost of one apple? Yes, you need to divide by 7. So I need to divide by 7 on the left-hand side. Then I divide by 7 on my right-hand side. After dividing by 7 on both sides, I find that my x is 11. Let's try another example. Negative 8x equals to negative 32. Let's try an example that's negative numbers. So what do I divide by? Okay, so now negative 8x equals to negative 32. Do I divide by 8? No, if I divide by 8, I'll get negative 8. Divide by 8, I'll get negative 1. I need to get a positive 1x. In order to get a positive 1x, I need to divide by negative 8. If I divide by negative 8, I'll get a positive 1x. Then I need to do the same for the other side, divide by negative 8. So I'll get x equals to 4. Let's look at another example. 3x is equals to negative 15. So right now, I have 3x here. I need to get positive 1x. In order to get positive 1x, I need to divide by a positive 3. So if I divide by positive 3, I'll get a positive 1x here. I must do the same for the other side. I divide by positive 3. I'll get x equals to negative 5. So dividing by 3 on both sides, my answer for x is equals to negative 5. Remember, solving is finding your x value. Let's look at another example. Negative 5x is equals to 30. So right now I have a negative 5x. How do I get to a positive 1x? I need to divide by negative 5. So negative 5 divided by negative 5, I'll get a positive 1x here. Then I divide by negative 5 on the other side. Dividing negative 5 by on both sides, I'll get x equals to negative 6. Okay, how do you present the answer if your teacher give you this as a homework, where you don't have the balance? Okay, we went through 4 questions just now. The first question is 7x is equals to 77. And to solve for x, that means you need to find the value of x. Okay, notice for equation, the equal sign is always in the center. Okay, you should not write any equal sign in front at all. Okay, so make sure your equation is at the center. So in order to find what is 1x, I need to take 7x divided by 7 so that I can get a positive 1x. So my answer is x equals to 77 divided by 7 is 11. Let's look at the other example. Negative 8x is equals to negative 32. There's a negative 8x. I need a positive 1x. In order to get positive 1x, I need to divide by negative 8. So let's divide by negative 8 on the left-hand side. And I need to do the same for the right-hand side. Negative 8x divided by negative 8, I'll get a positive 1x. Negative 32 divided by negative 8, I'll get positive 4. So the answer is x is equals to 4. Let's look at the next example. Is 3x is equals to negative 15. I need to get a positive 1x on the left-hand side. So now I have a positive 3x. In order to get positive 1x, I need to divide by positive 3 on both sides of the equation. Positive 3 divided by positive 3, I get positive 1. Multiply by x, I'll get x. So positive 1x is equals to negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. Let's look at the last example. Is negative 5x is equals to 30. So there's a negative 5x, but I need to get to a positive 1x. In order to get to a positive 1x, I need to divide by negative 5. So let's divide by negative 5. And you need to do it on both sides of the equation. So negative 5 divided by negative 5 is positive 1. Then you multiply by x is positive 1x. So x is equals to 30 divided by negative 5 is negative 6. So x is equals to negative 6. Okay, let's recap what you have learned so far for solving equations. Last lesson, you have learned that to solve equations of the form of x plus a equals to b, or x minus a equals to b. To solve equation of this form, we need to either subtract a on both sides of the equation or plus a on both sides of the equation. Today, we have learned how to solve equation of ax equals to b. In order to solve equation of this type, you need to divide by a on both sides of the equation. I hope you have learned something today, and I'll see you next lesson. Goodbye.